Good old Joe Merrick has fucked up, my friend. I went to download the Porygon Z from the event distribution to my copy of Pokemon Source, and Serebii says it ends August 23rd. Apparently that's wrong because the code says it's expired and I can't download the gift. I googled it and it says on Reddit the event ended earlier today, which is August 22nd. Of course I'm going to address this in a video, Jeffrey. Why not? Now, ladies and gents, the distribution I'm speaking of honestly is nothing special, and it's like any other distribution in Sword and Shield, which means you probably missed it because who the fuck is playing those games these days to any kind of significant extent outside of those online competitions. Remember, these are the fastest selling Pokemon games, which according to some smooth brains, their quality is on par with the almighty Cyberpunk 2077. Any criticisms of them are invalid, and
all hail Sword, Shield, and Game Freak, you haters.
Oh, I can imagine the arguments that they're making about Pokemon Legends Arceus. Yeah, this was the latest and greatest distribution for Sword and Shield that's already expired because today is the 23rd, but what is going on here exactly? Because there has been some misinformation courtesy of Serebii. Nice job, Joe. Serebii says this event lasts until the 23rd, which is today, and because I trusted your information, I ended up waiting too late to download the gift. Thanks for the misinformation, and now I can't get the Porygon Z gift because of your mistake. And if we scroll up from here, we'll see Joe Merrick made a tweet on August 22nd saying this runs until tomorrow, August 22nd, 2021, 2:59 UTC. Now, time zones aside, because you know that's still a thing. Now, this already doesn't make any sense. Okay, sure, he tweeted this out at 4:09 a.m. on August 22nd, but even if he flashed the correct date on Twitter, there was still misinformation and an inconsistency still exists on the actual site. By the way, UTC stands for Coordinated Universal Time, so why is it UTC instead of CUT? Just an FYI, the Serebii website shows the end date as the 23rd, but it ended today, the 22nd. The site says the 23rd, so what the fuck? On your website, it says it runs until August 23rd at 2:59 UTC. It turns out that you misled a few people, Joe, because it says right here, it runs until August 23rd at 2:59 UTC. So let's check the actual website and see if any corrections were made there. Remember, this is hashtag JoeCorrections Merrick, so I trust that he's up on it, and look at that. It runs until August 22nd at 2:59 UTC. Joe, have you been doing some sneaky business here? You didn't need to go on a bullhorn and announce this, but try doing better next time when it comes to you listing information. And there's the date of this information, by the way. I don't think he can edit that and let people know about it ahead of time, because even though you corrected it at the last minute on the actual site when people pointed it out to you, you still had the misinformation up at the time. Now, when we go into your event database, we'll see that an inconsistency still exists. Oh, look at that. Start date is the 7th of August, and there's no end date, but this is the exact same Porygon Z I'm speaking of, and you only have South Korea listed as the region for its distribution. Now, I'm not going to pretend I know how these distributions work, but Mr. Corrections, can you at least verify that this event is still being given out in South Korea as we speak? Either way, if you're going to correct something in such a tiny window at that, would it hurt to be a bit more competent and swift in doing so? Especially if you're going to do it quietly. Here's a reminder that you apparently can't correct JoeCorrections Merrick, even if it's something as trivial as telling him that once again he got something on a site that he's been running over 2 decades wrong. This one goes out to a Ross Cronin, by the way, because you get the attack dog donkey of the day.
Correct info given by Daddy Joe, so chill. Don't blame my daddy for your mistake.
Except, sweetheart, you're referencing a tweet from @SerebiiNet on Twitter, not any information with 100% accuracy, because he corrected it on his site at the last minute. There's still misinformation and an inconsistency going on here, which doesn't mean jack shit when you point to one thing that doesn't line up with others, because this is what was actually displayed at the time. So great job proving that you and Joe apparently don't know how numbers work and that 3 is bigger than 2. Oh, by the way, son, wipe your mouth. You missed a few drips of body fluid. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Be very careful when cruising the ancient Serebii.net that's no stranger to misinformation and is not immune to being corrected itself. Accuracy and clarity has always been a thing here, not that it isn't elsewhere on the internet, but the point is that it's okay for Joe and Serebii itself to do better and make corrections without any need for gatekeeping and sneaking around. Does somebody want to get permission to tell him?